Hello everyone. Today in this class we are going to discuss about capacity planning and aggregate planning. First we'll discuss about capacity planning. Let's start the class. Capacity is the ability to hold, to receive, to store or to accommodate the raw materials, the finished products or the customers. If we say the capacity of a bottle, we say capacity of the bottle is 1 liter. Means 1 liter is the holding capacity of the bottle. That bottle has the holding capacity of 1 liter of water or any liquid. If we say it is in service sector, so how many people are coming to a hospital regularly? So what is the number of beds available in the hospital? So that is the capacity of the hospital. How many patients are getting the service per day, per week? That is the capacity of the hospital. See, same way, if you are selecting a manufacturing sector, so we also just or we also say that what is the capacity of the plant? What is the ability of the plant to produce? So that is the capacity of the plant. How many units that plant is able to produce? Maybe per day, per week or per month. So we measure the capacity always in the physical unit. Strategic capacity planning. Why we say capacity planning, strategic capacity planning? Strategic capacity planning means it's a long-term capacity planning. If when we plan 5 years, 10 years, beyond 10 years, then that is called a strategic capacity planning. So when we say the capital intensive resources, including the facilities, equipment, overall labor size, that is called strategic capacity planning. When we invest, we plan to invest on the facilities, the equipments, the size of labor force, that is called a strategic capacity planning because it is a long-term capacity planning. When we are purchasing machines, when we are investing on the land, when we are saying about the starting capacity of the workforce, all these things we need to take a long-term decision. So that is called a strategic capacity planning. Strategic capacity planning is an approach for determining the overall capacity level of capital intensive resources, means how much capital we are investing, including facilities, equipment, and overall labor force size. Capacity planning is the task of determining the long-term and short-term capacity needs of an organization and then determining how these needs will be satisfied. How we plan for the capacity? According to the demand in the market, we plan for the capacity of the plant. What is the demand of the product in the market? So in that way, how much we need to produce? So we need to invest, we need to plan the capacity in such a way that we can match the demand of the market. Capacity planning may be long-term capacity planning, maybe medium-term capacity planning, maybe short-term capacity planning. But the ultimate objective we need to achieve, the ultimate strategy we need to achieve, that is the demand we need to meet. The requirement of the customers we need to meet. We need to satisfy the customers. According to that, we need to plan for the capacity. So, long-term capacity planning, when we say we are developing a new product design, new product line, expanding of the existing facilities if we are having the facilities, but we try to expand because our market is expanding, market demand is there, so we are expanding our plant or facilities. Construct or phase out of the production plant. If you go for producing new plant or phase out of the production plant, we are planning for a new one. So in this case, we go for long-term capacity strategies, long-term planning. So capacity classification, if we say, it is a long-term capacity, medium-term capacity and short-term capacity planning. When we plan for 2 years, more than 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, beyond 10 years also, that is called long-term capacity planning. The long-term means that is called strategic capacity planning. So it is carried out for productive resources which take a long time to acquire or dispose of, such as buildings, equipment, facilities, machinery, material handling equipments, transportation vehicles, etc. These are long-term capacity planning. In medium-term capacity planning, we say about if we plan for 6 months to 18 months, then it is called a medium-term capacity planning. Hiring or firing of employees, we can say purchasing or making of new tools, equipments, outsourcing, subcontracting. These all are comes under the medium-term capacity plan. When we go to discuss about aggregate planning, we'll discuss in detail the medium-term capacity planning or intermediate capacity planning. Short-term capacity planning. Short-term capacity planning, when we plan for weekly, in days or quarterly basis, we call it is a short-term capacity planning. Here we can plan what is the load we can decide to the machines, what is the weekly scheduling of the machines, what is the process we need to follow for the machines, and should we go for overtime production or something. These all are called the short-term capacity plan. Strategic capacity plan. Capacity use is the rate of output actually achieved. So how we measure the capacity planning. Strategic capacity planning. Capacity used is the rate of output actually achieved. How we measure the capacity? Always capacity we measure the rate of output we are getting. Because if I say what is the capacity of the plant, means how much we are producing, what is the ability of production of the plant, that is the output. So capacity used is the rate of output actually achieved. The best operating level is nominally the capacity for which the process was designed. What is best operating level? Best operating level is uh, the capacity for which the process or the product is designed. Means if the product is designed to produce 100 units or the machine is designed to produce 100 units per hour, then we can say that is the best operating level of the machine. Means if a machine gets all the ideal conditions and able to perform to its ultimate level, to the maximum output we achieve, is the best operating level. So best operating level we discuss in detail in our next slide. Capacity utilization rate. When we go for deciding the capacity utilization rate, we always say capacity use divided by the best operating level. Best operating level is nothing but the maximum output of any machine or any process which is designed. Capacity utilization, percent of available time spent working. Capacity efficiency, how well a machine or worker performs its job. What is the efficiency of the machines? How well a machine or a worker performs compared to a standard operating level or standard output. We always have a standard, we compare with it. What is the output of the machines or the workers? Capacity load, that is the standard hours of work assigned to a particular facility or to a machine, we can say. Capacity load percent, ratio of load to capacity. These are some of the things we need to understand actually, and we'll discuss in detail in our next slides. Let us see. So here if you see, this is the best operating level. When we go for the production, the output is produced. When you go for increasing the production level, unit of production is go on increasing. So when we go on increasing the, here we achieve the economies of scale till the best operating level. When the output produced in unit, when the number of outputs produced in unit is increasing, then we are achieving the economies of scale. But till which point? Till the best operating level only. Till the best operating level only, we can achieve the economies of scale. As we all know, what is economies of scale? Economies of scale, when we go for producing in a mass scale, then the unit cost of the product is decreased or minimized. The unit price is reduced. So that case is called the economies of scale. Suppose you take the example of a soap cake. When we go for manufacturing, we always manufacture in a mass scale so that the unit cost of the soap cake will be very less or minimum cost. So here, till what point we are able to achieve the economies of scale? If you see, if one go on producing you are increasing the amount of production till the best operating level only we are achieving the economies of scale. But after best operating level, if you see, the cost will increase. The cost is increased for what? Because of the wear and tear of the machines, because of the uh, overtime of the workers, we can say the maintenance of the machines. So lot of that is, you can say, very disturbance in the system of operation. So for that reason, we go for achieving the diseconomies of scale. Means the cost of unit price increases. So here we see till the best operating level, we are able to achieve the economies of scale. Means the unit price of the product can be decreased or reduced till the best operating level. But after the best operating level, the machine needs maintenance. We have to spend money on wear and tear, have to spend money on for the overtime of the workers, or maybe there is difficulty in material handling and material management. So lot of issues, lot of problems arise. That's why we achieve the diseconomies of scale. So let us discuss the best operating level. The concept of economies of scale states that the average unit cost of goods and services can be reduced by increasing the rate of production or output. When we go for producing in a large amount, then we are able to achieve the economies of scale. Means the unit cost of the product is decreased. But till what point? Till the best operating level. Best operating level is nothing but the design capacity of the machines or the plant, or you can say the process. The design capacity is decided by the manufacturer who is manufacturing the machines. Every machine has a capacity. So, the best operating level, when we give all the ideal conditions to the machines, the machine gives its best operating level. Machine gives its the maximum output. That is nothing but the design capacity of the machines. Let us take one example. We are going to purchase a washing machine. So the washing machine suppose has the capacity of the washing machine is 7.5 kg load. That is the design capacity of the machine. If we are giving all the best conditions to the machine, all the ideal conditions to the machine, all the ideal environment to the machine can operate to the best, to the ultimate level. That is the maximum output we can able to achieve, which is a theoretical, we can say, concept. To achieve best operating level, we always give the machine the ideal conditions, which is very, very difficult actually. So if we are putting the load of 5 kg to the machine, then the washing machine will also give the output of 5 kg. When you give 7 kg load, the output will be 7 kg. So when you go for achieving the best operating level or the design capacity or the maximum capacity of the machine, we need to give all the ideal conditions to the machine. That is the best conditions to the machine, so that we are able to achieve the best operating level or the maximum capacity of the machines. So this is the best operating level. Till best operating level, we are able to achieve the economies of scale. But after certain point, after the best operating level, we are not able to achieve the economies of scale. The unit cost of the product goes up increasing. After the best operating level, the unit cost of the product goes on increasing. That is called diseconomies of scale. Why we are able to achieve the economies of scale? Because of the reasons. Fixed cost can be spread over a large amount of products. We all know what is fixed cost, what is variable cost. Fixed cost is always fixed, whatever the amount we go on producing. So when you go on producing in a large amount, fixed cost is distributed or spread over a number of unit of production. Then production or operating cost don't increase linearly. Quantity discount we get when we go for purchasing materials in a mass scale. As we produce in a large amount, also we purchase in large amount the raw materials. So we get some discount. Operating efficiency increases as the workers gain experience. When we go on doing the same type of job again and again, same type of job again and again, then the operators get very acquainted or get experienced with the same work. So the efficiency of the workers increases. So these are some of the reasons for that we uh, go for achieving the economies of scale. Diseconomies of scale, as we all know, the output above a certain level of output, additional volume of output result in ever increasing average unit cost. Means after certain point, the additional cost is added to the product. Means the cost of unit price, the cost of unit product goes on increasing. Unit, the cost of cost per unit, the cost per unit goes on increasing when we go for producing after the best operating level. That is called diseconomies of scale. Actually, economies of scale don't continue indefinitely. If we take the example of, suppose we are producing, the capacity of the machine, if it runs 8 hours, it can produce, suppose, 800 units of product. If the machine runs 8 hours, it can produce 800 units of a product. So, the best operating level only we can achieve up to when we go for operating the machine for 8 hours and we are able to produce 800 units. But when we go for putting lot of load, we go for processing the machines for 16 hours, then we are able to get the product, suppose 1600. But what is the output? The machine is getting lot of load. Machine is overloaded. Lot of maintenance we have to spend on wear and tear, and the machine efficiency also decrease day by day because of lot of load we put to the machines. That is called diseconomies of scale. After certain point, we should not give lot of load, lot of pressures to the machines. So this is called diseconomies of scale. Diseconomies of scale is achieved due to overloading of machines, increased congestion of materials and handling equipment as we go on producing in a very large scale. Then also difficult to handle the materials, slower service time, poor quality, we cannot concentrate on the quality product, then require more rework, increased use of overtime and corresponding increase in labor cost, difficulty in coordination and management of activities, as lot of things will go happen in a same time, then it's very difficult to coordinate the process. So these are some of the reasons for um, that we able to achieve this economies of scale. The best operating level is the level of capacity for which the facility is designed. Means we can say the plant is designed to the best operating level, or design capacity of the plant we can say is the best operating level. Thus the volume of output at which average unit cost is minimum. When we always run the plant to the best operating level, we get the unit cost per unit is minimum, or we can decrease the production cost per unit. The measure of system effectiveness or efficiency, which is the ratio of actual output divided by the effective capacity. Effective capacity is nothing but we also call the system capacity. Three things we need to know here. One is design capacity or the best operating level. Second is effective capacity or system capacity. Third one is the actual capacity. So capacity planning, we all know that we always purchase the capacity in capacities purchased in chunks, in lots. Then strategic issues like we spend on machines, facilities, equipments. These are strategic capacity. Tactical like workforce, inventory management, day-to-day activity like your operational planning. So these are all the part of capacity planning. How this is one example of what is the input and output of capacity, how we plan. A car manufacturer, the input is labor hours and the output is cars per shift. Then hospital, if you see, the input is available of beds and how many patients are getting service per month. Pizza parlor, the input may be labor hours, input capacity, and the output capacity, how many pizzas we are able to deliver per day. Retail store, if you see, that the floor space in square foot means how many, what is the input of the input capacity is the floor space in square foot, and what is the revenue we are getting per square foot is the output capacity. Then we go for capacity planning. Capacity planning we'll discuss in our next class. Thank you so much. I hope you understood the video. If you like the video, do subscribe the channel and share with your friends. Thank you so much.